Traveler, hurry! It's almost time for us to join HuTao for dinner! Ooh, and we'll be meeting at Xiao Kiosk. It's the place with a really long wait list. As expected of the parlor director, always so generous! Come on, let's go!
The noise of Paimon. You know, I've actually been thinking of changing my alarm clock sounds to Paimon's voice in the morning. I think it would work better because I tend to really ignore my alarm clock at the moment. That's not a good habit.
Oh, so that's how it is. Thanks for the suggestions, Mr. Zhongli. I have them all noted down.
Interestingly enough, Zhongli is already there. But HuTao still seems to be on the girls' night out.
I've long heard that your knowledge encompasses all things old and new, Mr. Zhongli. But I never knew that you were well versed in the art of cooking, too. It is truly an honor to make your acquaintance.
They didn't know each other. Well, it's always so strange to me because he's the Archon and they don't know him, but I guess he's just a normal person. Zhong being dead, basically.
No need for formalities. I too feel humbled to be in the company of such talented young people. There are many things I could learn from you.
By the way, I just realized, like, blue hair, blue hair, blue hair. Is that like something quite common in the...
Oh, you flatter us. If it's possible, may I trouble you to provide a few words of guidance for my practices in exorcism?
Exorcism? I can't say I'm an expert in the field, but if you don't mind, we could start by discussing...
Whoa, there's so many
And Paimon
people
interrupts
here.
them. Perfect.
All we knew was that HuTao invited Zhongli over. Paimon never thought we'd be meeting so many old friends. Happy Lantern Rite, everyone!
Yeah, happy belated Lantern Rite, I guess.
Likewise. Please take a seat.
Imagine I hate them joining the table. That would be interesting.
Happy Lantern Rite! Are you having fun?
I've become musically cultured this time around. Now I think last time I got more musically cultured, but it was still pretty good. Pretty good.
Me too. I've seen Xinyan perform before, but this is the first time I've watched something like this. I
For
heard
sure.
that the audience loved it too, and she's been receiving quite a lot of performance invitations lately. She's more busy than ever, and Yoonjin's gonna help her.
Yep, and they asked us to pass on their season's greetings to everyone. They hope we'll have a wonderful gathering.
The performance was spectacular indeed. However, it gave Xiangling a huge burst of inspiration, which in turn gave us a bit of a headache.
How?
Us? Did Xiangling ask you to try out her dishes too?
Oh no, what did she do?
That, my friend, is beside the point. Watching you eat was enough for me. Come to think of it, I probably shouldn't have burdened Chongyun with eating my share too.
Oof, what a scam.
Hold on, Xiangling came up with a new recipe? Let Paimon try! See, someone here knows how to encourage people. Thanks, Paimon. Oh, and I have to thank Mr. Zhongli too. He gave me lots of useful pointers that really drove it home for me. Oh, so that's what you were talking about before we arrived.
Yes. Since we'll be dining together, the topic of our conversation naturally revolved around cooking.
Does it? Usually when I eat with my family, the topic is not cooking.
Xiangling's ideas are truly unconventional. Her choices in both ingredients and spices are comparable to a melody dancing on the tongue.
Sounds
My
good.
suggestions were nothing more than the icing on the cake.
Oh, the two of you always deliver. Now I'm getting embarrassed. Anyway, I'll get everyone to have a taste after I've adjusted the recipe based on Mr. Zhongli's advice.
That sounds like it might become a little safer to eat.
What did she produce? Sounds terrible according to them, and Zhongli's just praising it.
How about I sample the dishes next time?
Speaking of eating, Paimon feels like we're missing someone. Oh, HuTao was the one who invited us, but she's not here. And where's Guoba? Oh,
Right.
Guoba volunteered to help Dad at the restaurant.
Okay, apparently Guoba is not forced to be with Zhangling all the time. That's news to me.
You know, lots of people come over to eat during Lantern Rite. Without Guoba helping out, I probably wouldn't have had the time to accept HuTao's invitation. As for HuTao...
The director went to collect a guest. She asked me to stay here and host you for the time being.
Who is she collecting?
Seems like it's almost time.
Who could it be? I mean, she could bring her performers like Jinyan and, I don't know, Mr. Fontaine guy. But I'm not sure.
Huh? HuTao went to fetch someone in person? Oh, that must mean they are super important. Could it be... Keqing? Ningguang? Or Captain Beidou?
Pretty sure Captain Beidou could make it here herself.
She didn't clarify. And as her subordinate, I couldn't just pry into the details, could I?
Door suddenly slams open if struck by a hurricane.
Ta-da! We're here!
Hello.
Oh, we're not late to the party, right? Right?
Perfect timing.
Good thing the Conqueror of Demons and I are
Oh,
both
of
as
course.
swift as the wind. And whoosh, we made it just in time.
How on earth are you able to I don't even mind. Intense staring.
Oh. I see. So the important guest is the Conqueror of Demons. I've been looking forward to meeting you.
Oh, well, that's awkward.
The director didn't mention anything when she invited us. What a pleasant surprise. Gathered here with us tonight are not only young and accomplished individuals, but also the protector of Leo's peace.
Yeah, Zhongli
Adeptus
really like, nope,
Alatus.
never seen this guy. Never.
To convene here with all of you is indeed
acting pretty
a
good.
great honor.
Gotta say, like, he's at least... Well, it's not like a big act, but, you know... Al-Haytham, gotta watch out. Probably it's just for him. Oh no, poor him. Few days ago at Wangshu Inn. Ooh, time traveling.
It's almost Lantern Rite, yet you took all the trouble coming here.
Huh.
The director has a way of making it difficult to decline.
Rex Lapis, may I ask what troubles you?
The director asked me to buy sesame oil in preparation for the celebrations.
Huh. Then why would you come all the way to Wangshu Inn?
I had a pleasant chat with Chef Xiao and received some spices from him. And, see? Here's some matsutake and a portion of ham.
What about the sesame oil?
It's a shame. I couldn't find the kind the director was looking for.
I'm sure you're exaggerating, Sir.
I mean, he can call him Zhongli, right?
There he goes again. Enough with the pleasantries. Go let our guests take a seat. Everyone here today is well known in their own field and has probably heard about one another to some extent. Some of us are even old acquaintances, so there's no need to be this formal.
Like, I'm pretty sure Xiao knows basically no one of those. Right? Oh well. Poor him, he's just being dragged in here, the biggest introvert of all, into a mass meeting. Send the oldest living thing into the Primatepsis Archon of Geos, the most powerful thing, to fetch sesame oil. Perfect.
I heard that the Conqueror of Demons and the Traveler are pretty close, no?
Yeah, we had some history together.
Great! You two sit together.
Ooh, thanks.
You should take a seat too, Director.
Oh? Finally remembered me? When we arrived just now, the hosts at Xinyue Kiosk told me our dishes are almost ready. Perfect timing. Let's not wait any longer and ask them to bring out the food.
delicious looking food arrives and the pleasant scent fills the air.
Paimon would have never guessed the person HuTao went to fetch was Xiao.
Yeah, I didn't expect that either, even though it was somewhat to be expected. I mean, like, no one of the people she mentioned would have required, like, escorting, or, well, I guess being forced here.
Oh, that's also the first I've heard of the Traveler and Paimon being friends with the Conqueror of Demons.
You know Xiao Chu?
Knowing is a bit of an overstatement. I've always looked up to him.
Okay, pretty sure Xiao doesn't know you though, which is, you know, sad, but on the other hand, I feel like a lot of people have never met Xiao, or Xiao hasn't met a lot of people.
You might not know this, Paimon, but we exorcists have worked in close collaboration with the Conqueror of Demons for many generations, dispelling evil together, both in the open and from the shadows. Hard to imagine that thanks to HuTao, I've finally gotten the chance to meet him. Conqueror of Demons, I'm honored to make your acquaintance.
Likewise.
It is a great honor indeed to have a chance to meet the legendary Conqueror of Demons. Chongyun has brought that name up quite a few times in the past. I remember you mentioning wanting him to understand the importance of exorcists.
Ahem.
We know each other too.
Wait, okay, maybe I'm completely
He
wrong.
helped try my dishes during the Masterful Chef's cook-off. I didn't think we'd have the chance to meet again. Happy Lantern Rite.
No anecdote, however, compares to meeting you in person. I'm Xingqiu, Zhongli and Chongyun's friend. The pleasure is all mine.
Okay, so apparently only he hasn't met him yet. Shall be like, leave me alone. Yeah, even though I was actually surprised that he replied with likewise. That was
Whoa.
somewhat kind.
Everyone's getting all formal and polite all of a sudden. Paimon doesn't know what she should say anymore. Adeptus Xiao, mighty conqueror of demons, please accept Paimon's greetings too. Belated Happy Lantern Rite.
Well, I think at this point belated is kind of the right word because it's been like 7 days. Anyways, but might not be the right word.
Paimon tried very hard to look for a fancy word, okay? Don't be too harsh on Paimon!
Sorry.
There's no need to be so polite.
You're right. This was meant to be a nice little get-together between friends after all. Too much formality kills the atmosphere. I didn't plan this gathering only for everyone to walk on eggshells. Hiya.
What's your true intention then?
A little get-together between friends, sipping the finest tea and watching lanterns float into the sky, bidding farewell to the past, and embracing the present with joy. And that is something our consultant would say. I think it deserves a standing ovation.
Indeed. Exceptional acting skills, Director.
As for me, I'm just here to have fun and treat everyone to something good. We all worked really hard this year, whether traveling or guiding, cooking, helping with the family business, exorcising evil spirits, or conquering demons.
Very vast field of work here, but yeah, I guess that's Taiwan after all.
And of course, our consultant, who's been helping out at the parlor every now and then.
It makes it sound as if Zhongli is so useless. And yeah, we got like all these cool people. And then there's the Archon who like every once in a while is there at the parlor doing consulting. He doesn't do much, he just knows everything. Yeah, true. Which makes him a good consultant. That's a fair point.
Everyone has done some pretty amazing things. As the one who brought everyone together, it goes without saying that I'm the one most deserving of praise.
Selfish much.
Sounds kind of self-important, but Paimon thinks it's pretty amazing that she managed to talk Xiao into coming. He
That
rarely
deserves
ever
some
enters
praise, yeah.
Leeway Harbor after all.
Well, I'm curious about how she did it actually, because like if we would have tried it, no chance.
It wasn't as complicated as you think.
Really? Really? Not long ago at Wangshu Inn. Again.
Okay, gotcha. Thanks, boss lady.
It's not boss lady, just boss.
Well, deal with it.
And there she goes. What a lively girl.
Conqueror of Demons, Adeptus Xiao.
Like, if we would have tried that the first time we met him, he would have just, like, killed us, thrown us off a cliff or something. And if we're lucky, he would have just disappeared.
Guardian of Wangshu Inn, hero of Dihua Marsh. I know you're there.
Oh god, it's like a stalker.
Quiet. Do not disturb the peace.
Sorry, but you wouldn't show up if I didn't yell your name, would you?
I know you. You're the 77th director of Wangsheng Funeral Parlor. Is there something you need?
And that's all it took? That's all it took? Basically, she just went like,
That does
I'm
sound
not
like
gonna
one of
stop
HuTao's
screaming
antics.
if you don't come. Oh well.
Did the Conqueror of Demons agree to come so that HuTao would stop pestering him?
There might be other reasons.
Well, let's see.
Smart guess.
Huh? There's more to it?
It gets pretty boring from here on. I talked about the funeral parlor's past relationships with the guardian yakshas. You know, just to be sociable.
77 is Chi-Chi in Chinese? Yeah, right. I never thought of that, but it's like a nice Easter egg. They have a lot of Easter eggs hidden. I believe like most of the birthdays in this whole game, they have like some special meanings to the character. It's super cute.
In the time of the Archon War, disputes were frequent, and disaster overtook the land. Humans couldn't escape from the torment of the plague, nor could they escape death. The Adepti vanquished the demons, the Millelith fought valiantly, and Wangsheng Funeral Parlor was responsible for purifying the diseased and sending off the spirits of the dead. That is how the border between life and death was maintained during the war. And it effectively prevented further incidents from happening.
That's right. 1 point for the consultant. But despite our deep-rooted connection, it still took me quite a while to actually convince him.
Yep, was he worried about his karma, or was it something else this time?
You know him pretty well, huh?
Yep, we had quite a few encounters at this point.
This matter is out of my control, so I need to be cautious.
Yeah, I know, you got your points. It makes sense for you to be careful with it, but you know, shouldn't stop you from socializing.
True, but I've kept that in mind too. That's why everyone here today is in one way or another acquainted with elemental power.
What about Paimon? Are you... Oh, well...
Besides, it'll only be for a short while as we dine together. There won't be any lasting consequences.
But I didn't expect there to be so many people.
There's no need to worry, Conqueror of Demons. We're not feeling anything unusual so far. Our young exorcist over here is protected by his pure yang energy, so he's probably the most resilient.
That's not the same. And did you just toss your carrots into my bowl? Hey, don't look away.
Oh, they're so cute together.
Huh? What?
I'm siding with Chongyun. I saw that too. You're lucky Guoba isn't here today. He hates seeing people being picky with their food. If he'd seen that, he'd definitely make you eat all your carrots.
Oh, the god of the stove would certainly kill me. I'm so picky when it comes to stuff in my food.
Huh? Guoba would do that? Is he that uncompromising?
Yeah, he would eat you alive.
But now that I think of it, Xianglin told me that Guoba used to be the stove god.
It sounds like you've heard the rumors.
You seem pretty quiet today. Is that actually the case? He's usually that quiet. But I assume you're not used to being around so many people, huh?
I'm doing fine.
Sorry.
Not long ago, before Lantern Rite, I met an old friend. Thanks to his help, things have been a lot more stable than before.
An old friend? Like, who?
You should know him. He's...
Who's making those noises? Well, what, the wind?
Seeds of story brought by the wind.
Oh wait, I thought for a second that's Xingqiu. No way.
And cultivated by time. Did Paimon just unconsciously complete that thing?
Yep, you did.
That voice. Could it be?
Must be.
Hmm?
And
If
that's
I'm
the
not
last
mistaken,
seed.
There's someone knocking at the door. Don't just sit there, Zhongli. Go welcome our guest in.
Oh, you poor Zhongli. It's such a weird situation at this point. But I think at least, yeah, I think Venti is aware of it. I think he knows about the whole going undercover thing.
No such need. I'm coming in.
Knocks open the door violently. Gets blown open by a gust of wind again. Right?
You finally let me in.
Oh, it's the first time we have them together. I'm expecting
hello.
much
No
now.
matter if we've met before or not, this moment marks a brand new encounter.
Wait,
Old
but,
friends and new. Happy Lantern Rite.
Just realized people also don't know that Venti is like the Archon. So, oh man, just poor people. Like, I believe Xiao is like the only person at this point, besides us, who's well aware that he's sitting around 2 Archons. And the other ones are just like having a normal gathering.
Oh, it's
Aw.
the tone deaf bard.
Yeah, sorry, Xiao.
Oh,
So sad.
he seems to carry a valiant breeze wherever he goes. It looks like we're gonna be friends. Fate has brought us together, so come on, take a seat and be my guest. Help yourself. Oh, I'll ask them for another set of cutlery.
This young lady here is as bright as a fresh bouquet of flowers in the morning's rising sun. She no doubt is the one with the most authority here.
That is actually true, yeah.
Whoa, these dishes look amazing! Is it really okay for me to join in? All right, I'm digging in.
It's not like it would matter if we say no.
Huh, it's you.
Oh, isn't this Genu?
So close. So close.
Genu?
Oh, wait. Or maybe... Oh, okay. That would make sense, actually. Okay, right. I forgot completely about the whole Urudori's festival stuff. It was in the festival, right? I completely forgot about that. Oh, well. But if that's really his pen name, then... Well... Cover blown.
Yep. Now that I've taken a closer look, you're a fan of Genu's works, aren't you?
Well... If he wouldn't like them, it would certainly be weird.
I met Xingqiu at a light novel convention. Ah, how I wish we'd met sooner. I never expected that there'd be another person in this world who could interpret Genu's new novel as thoroughly as I could.
Venti, you're being too humble. Considering your poetic talent, your fundamentals are way more impressive.
Nerds.
Could this new guest be Master Xingqiu's friend?
Well, seems like Xiao knows him too, huh? Well, completely backstabbing
Yes,
him.
yes. Monsters become more active than usual as we get closer to Lantern Rite. I was patrolling Dihua Marsh a few days ago, when I happened to run into this...
This?
You've already forgotten? I'm a bard, remember? And bards go around singing wherever they like.
Oh, right. And this bard was performing in Dihua Marsh. It was a moving melody, and it made me feel relaxed and at ease. I couldn't help but stay and listen.
Thank you for your patronage.
So that's how it was. I see. I mean, doesn't really matter what they did. He probably couldn't tell if they did something else. But you couldn't even like, his acting is not good if he's acting, but you can't tell because he's like always so uncomfortable. Well, that helps him, I guess.
I understand now too.
Do you?
I'm Zhongli, currently working at the Wangsheng Funeral Parlor. It's a pleasure to meet you, new friend.
And I'm his boss. Oh, and if there's anything unsatisfactory, let me know anytime.
That's very considerate of you.
Oh? No wonder. Only a boss as savvy and reliable as you would be able to hire such an impressive consultant.
Yeah.
Oh, you're too nice, Venti. Not to brag, but our consultant truly is impressive. His knowledge extends across the stars and the land, and there's nothing throughout history that he doesn't know.
Yeah.
From the sophisticated way he
Oddly
speaks, it's hard not to
strange.
suspect that he could very well be an adeptus in disguise.
Yeah, that funny how you bring that up, yeah.
Xiao, you're an adeptus.
God.
Do you think it might be possible?
She's just interrogating everyone at this point. She's just completely... This is not a dinner. This is an interrogation. For sure. She's onto something.
Sorry. I'm only good at conquering demons. I'm afraid I don't have much knowledge in that matter.
Really? But Paimon thinks you're super knowledgeable.
Paimon, you're not helping the situation.
Huh? Oh, right! Xiao's a warrior. He doesn't come to the city very often, so it's, pretty normal for him to not know anything. Yeah.
Yeah. That yeah at the end, just... Paimon, your acting is, like, not that convincing. And your yes at the end just completely ruined it.
Really?
You need to put... Oh, Venti, stop it. Venti, yeah.
I've actually heard a few things about Mr. Zhongli before.
Did you? Oh god. This is
The
not...
guests in the tavern talked about this refined and courteous man who, instead of having wine at Mondstadt's finest tavern, ordered a cup of hot tea with
Oh,
the
really?
most
Come on,
complex
Zhongli.
name.
That's not okay. You can't drink tea at, like, a tavern in Mondstadt.
Now that you mention it, I seem to recall that there indeed is a musician like yourself in Mondstadt.
Did they meet in Mondstadt once? During, like, the tavern event? I think they were close. Maybe they didn't see each other. But yeah, they certainly were both in that event.
I've heard that he's
Interesting.
elegant and amiable, his works witty and vibrant. It's
Just
no
flattering, it's
overstatement to regard him as the best bard in Mondstadt.
I feel like they miss being praised for their excellency as gods. And now they're just, like, passing balls back and forth so they can give each other compliments.
Now you're making me embarrassed. I would say that Mondstadt's poetry is a little run-of-the-mill sometimes. There's one I heard a while back that went, "The old house is renewed, welcoming the spring breeze, awakening old memories." The meaning's there, but the word choices are unimaginative, and there's a distinct lack of literary flair.
HuTao walking around, now looking at Venti.
I think so too. The composition needs a little jazzing up.
Why is everyone sitting down but HuTao's like walking in circles? That's scary.
If I were to give it a go, I'd make it...
Yeah, she would certainly make it a Yahoo. That's for sure.
An old melon on a vine, a new flower that grows fine.
That sounds pretty
Oh,
good.
good one! It feels
Well, she's a rapper,
unique
after
and has
all.
a nice ring to it.
That came out of nowhere, didn't expect that.
You have great taste, Venti. I was afraid about you. Let's shake hands.
Of course, of course.
Hey, Xingqiu! Mind lending me a few books when we get back? Pick out some well-written ones!
What are they doing? That looks like they're doing something else than shaking hands if everyone looks so disgusted.
I don't know if it's my own lack of literary knowledge, but I couldn't tell the difference between those two.
I don't think it's your fault.
Chongyun's right. It's not our fault.
Okay, Paimon, watch and learn from HuTao and Venti. This will come in handy with your ugly nicknames. Let's go.
Oh, you have a point.
And HuTao's walking everywhere.
But speaking of, why is the tone-deaf bard here? Are you here to take part in Lantern Rite too?
I heard that Liua will be hosting a Lantern Rite music festival this year. As a musician myself, how could I possibly resist the temptation to come take a look? or listen.
I sure hope you've been there when it happened, otherwise you're too late, unfortunately.
Getting to know other musical styles is essential to sparking inspiration, don't you think?
Oh, right. Yeah, that wasn't planned. So how would you even know about it? I mean, we did start it a few days earlier, but there's no, like, newsletter here. I assume, at least.
As for the Fontaine friend who hosted the festival, I saw him near Stone Gate the other day. The Iridescence tour has finally been held successfully for once, so I had to congratulate him.
Yeah, he must be very happy that it actually happened.
Don't think anything of it. By the way, I was watching as you entered Shinyue Kiosk, but no one seemed to notice me.
What? Why didn't you tell? Like, okay, why were you just hiding somewhere? What's wrong with you, Venti?
Should I say that it's because I'm an expert in hiding, or that a certain someone deliberately ignored the sound of the wind?
Okay, now we're casting shade? Why? This is such a weird
Whenever
atmosphere.
Lantern Rite comes around, Liyue Harbor becomes bustling with activity.
Yeah, that must really be the reason.
People are all busy watching the lanterns and strolling around the shops, and they might just go travel somewhere on a whim. It is rather difficult to predict another's whereabouts. The festival is in full swing and proceeding smoothly, and we're all gathered here with friends, new and old. This is no doubt a wonderful occasion worth celebrating.
And HuTao is finally on her chair.
To come together with all of you at the beginning of the year, one can't help but be filled with joy.
Nice words.
In a moment like this, I propose we raise a glass together. In my case, tea in lieu of wine.
Very well said, Mr. Zhongli. That was exactly what I wanted to say.
Sure.
Now I'm getting a little self-conscious. I didn't cause you too much trouble barging in like that, did I? We usually drink wine during occasions like this over in Mondstadt, but since Mr. Zhongli insists on drinking tea, I'll give a toast with tea too. Everyone,
Hey, congratulations,
treat.
Venti. Your alcoholic treatment has worked.
You're welcome. As the host of this gathering, I hope everyone enjoys the food and drinks. May this year be better than the last.
Do you also need to stand up like everyone's standing for some reason?
Considering that everyone
Well,
may
I'm
have
not
other
able to
matters
stand,
to
but
attend to later,
let's go.
sticking to tea seems like a good idea.
All of a sudden, they started proposing toasts. Should we?
Xiao?
What's with the urgency?
Are you done eating? Or, I don't know. Wanna go for a walk? I don't know. Guess I'm
Sure.
gonna sit if we don't get a toast here.
Have you two finished eating?
Well, I personally feel like I didn't get to eat anything of that nice looking food here. But apparently you
It's
did.
always nice to have a breath of fresh air after a meal. Helps with digestion.
Yeah.
Paimon will come too.
You can stay with the food if you want. You're still hungry, huh?
Yeah?
We'll be back, don't worry.
Okay then. Don't forget to come back.
We did that once, and I'm really sorry for that. We will never do it again. Okay, at least HuTao's interrogation didn't lead to anything.
It seems like our new friend is an expert in wine.
I deserve no such praise. I only drink for fun. It's nothing
yeah.
compared to your expertise.
You drink for fun. That sounds a lot like... I only do that for recreational use. And then he's like completely drunken all the time. Well,
I'm glad we're only having tea today. What if I got drunk and said something nonsensical?
Yeah,
I'd
good idea,
surely
actually.
become an object of ridicule to someone I've just met.
No such thing. I wouldn't dare disrespect the director's guest.
yeah, maybe it's good that you didn't drink something. Could lead to a very awkward conversation here.
You're not allowed to leave Paimon here alone. To be honest, Paimon's worried about saying the wrong thing.
I do get that. Yeah. And we're not leaving you alone, don't worry.
Did you talk about anything interesting before we started the meal? Anything fun I missed out on?
Oh, we were talking about cooking. Mr. Zhongli told us that he went on a trip to Xiaoyang Village the other day and got a hold of some uncommon ingredients. Tea seed oil and sesame oil. He suggested I try using those in my new dishes.
Oh, no wonder he left his post for so long that day. Those ingredients would be difficult for anyone else to find. I guess I'll need his help next time as well.
Okay, okay. And what are you two little birdos contemplating on? Huh?
About you and Venti. Could he be a partner in your family business?
That's right. You know how my family is. A lot of business secrets can't just be divulged at the dinner table.
Ah, just as I thought.
Ready to head
Let's
out?
depart. You go ahead.
Sure.
Are you alright?
I think I should be the one asking. But I think you're used to that by now.
It's hard to describe.
Yeah, you don't really have those gatherings normally, huh?
It's not that. There were those among the Adepti who loved gatherings and idle chit-chat. Sometimes they would call up a few others for a drink. Even I got dragged along to their gatherings many times. The Adepti all have their specialties, making most of them proud and arrogant. Everything they say is straight from the heart. It never gets too complicated. But this time...
Well, not just Zhongli or Venti's fault, it's kind of both of their fault. But I can get why that would make you a bit uncomfortable.
That's not what I meant.
No?
Or perhaps I should say Rex Lapis is really good at adapting to human life. You could say that he actually enjoys doing so.
Yeah, I think so.
And that's something I might never be able to do.
You don't have to.
That does sound like something you would say.
Oh, thanks.
No matter. I know my circumstances. Whenever I think of the ordinary conversations I've had with you, it feels... strangely novel.
In a good way?
Yes.
Okay.
The parlor director went out of her way with the invitation, so it was difficult to turn her down. I admit she told me that all the guests today would be acquainted with elemental power, and I knew that you would be here. But I didn't expect the other guests to be...
Well, no one would have guessed.
General Capisis always said that we should live in the present and enjoy every pleasant surprise. Perhaps that's what I should do with what I'm feeling now. But I think he meant designing clothes for those around him.
It's,
The clothes were intricately designed, but inconvenient to wear. Brother Bosacius never tried to hide his distaste in front of him. Rex Lapis did like his designs and even collected quite a few. The outfit he wears now was also designed by General Capisis himself. I never saw him wear this during the war. I didn't expect him to start wearing it later.
Oh, here you are.
Interrupted. Thanks.
I'm not intruding, right?
You kinda are.
You're not. What is it?
HuTao saw that everyone's done eating and asked the staff to bring out the desserts.
Ooh.
Paimon
That
got
sounds
so
good.
anxious that you weren't back yet that she scarfed down her dessert without the usual slurping and munching.
Paimon is like a little kid that you tell to wait in the line at like a grocery store. And then you say, hey, I just gotta grab something. You just wait in line, and the kid gets so impatient, scary. Paimon's just like a little kid. I think if she can eat, then she'll be fine.
And to be honest, I was kind of worried too.
What is wrong with you people? What do you expect? I'm with the Conqueror of Demon, and I'm like the supreme being on this planet. And you guys are scared that what should happen?
You looked a little restless just now, and I thought you weren't used to the food here and was planning to head back to Wangshu Inn for something Xiao made.
You're worrying too much.
Well, don't pull your... Oh god, what is that word? Lemniscatic wind cyclings on us? What is that supposed to mean?
Why would I? Anyway, let's head back.
Please wait! There's another reason why I came looking for you.
That's Xiao's skill name. Oh, okay.
Here, take these. I brought them for you.
Almond tofu?
Yup. Since the Masterful Chef's competition, you could say that Xiao and I are not only competitors, but good friends as well. I visit him at Wangshu Inn sometimes to discuss our cooking. I heard him say that the esteemed guest on the roof loves nothing more than a good plate of almond tofu, so I learned a thing or two about the dish from him.
Well, that's some bonus points for the relationship between those two.
I'll be honest, before HuTao invited everyone, she secretly came looking for me, told me about the guest she planned to invite, and asked me for some suggestions on what she should order. So I made a few servings of almond tofu for you guys in advance. Take them as a token of gratitude for your support. When I told Guoba that I was making these for you, he started eagerly running around the kitchen and helping a lot too.
Thank you for the trouble. There was no need to... I'll take them. Thank you. And Guoba too.
You're welcome. Oh, the almond tofu I made probably tastes and feels a little different from the type Xiao cooks. Please let me know if there's any improvements I should make.
Okay.
That's all. Alrighty, we should head back now. We can't keep Paimon waiting.
Yeah, she's gonna, like, I don't know what she's gonna do, actually. Maybe she's gonna lie on the floor crying or something. Zhongli just staring at a wall? Okay.
You're finally done whispering secrets to each other?
Basically, you just didn't want to come.
So much for promising Paimon you'll be back soon.
Guys, how long was it? That was like 3 minutes, maybe 5. We were pretty quick. Only angry because you have no sense of time.
How could you say that to Paimon?
Because it's true.
In that case, besides having no sense of time, Paimon will let you know what having no sense of fullness looks like.
Oh, great. And then tomorrow I can have a sense of what puking Paimon looks like. That's great.
Your dessert is all Paimon's.
God, you're such a little brat.
Sorry to keep everyone waiting.
No worries,
Just
we're all
ignore
just
her.
chatting here. There's no serious business to take care of. Whether we're chatting outside or inside, it's all the same.
Well, strive to be more like HuTao, Paimon.
Paimon's too busy eating to talk to you.
Ah, we're doing that? Okay, that one. I can do that as well.
But even though we're all well acquainted by now, I think this festive gathering deserves something ceremonious.
Oh? Is this some local custom?
Nope. This is something I made up so that good luck will be on our side, that's all. Spontaneity is the best choice to make here. Let's use this incense burner on the table. It's been lit for so long now that the incense is running out. I'll leave refilling and lighting the incense to the most distinguished guest among us all.
Me? No, probably not.
Lighting the incense will signify continuous growth and prosperity in all our endeavors in the new year.
I see. Perfect symbolism, as expected of HuTao.
Yeah, HuTao is really good with that kind of stuff.
And speaking of the most distinguished guest here today, I'm sure we all agree that it's Mr. Zhongli.
I hate that pose when I do it. Objection, it should be Venti.
I'm not very familiar with the details of his past deeds, but chatting with him has been a real eye-opener, even for a bard who has traveled all across the world.
Yeah, I feel you, Lamine.
If knowledge were a form of power, one could even say that you're a wielder of unlimited strength.
But when it comes to having a way with words, the notable bard is certainly one cut above the rest.
And they're back to just flattering each other. Great.
I just happen to have a good memory. It is such an unexceptional skill, yet you made it sound like an unparalleled talent. I am truly impressed. Since we all get to nominate someone...
Me. No, I'm not talking to you, Paimon. No.
I think it's only fair that we let the parlor director light the incense.
Actually fair.
Huh? That won't do. Don't flatter me just because I'm your boss. We are looking for the most distinguished guest here. As the host, I shouldn't be involved in this discussion at all. Now that we've enjoyed
Yeah,
this
you're not
table
a
full of
guest,
delicacies,
technically.
how about we let our one and only chef here do the honors?
Is this really the way this works? I didn't cook any of these dishes.
It's not a big deal. Just look at her. Zhongli, the disciple of an
Oh.
adeptus, the stove god's best companion, the winner of the Masterful Chef's
What
competition.
is happening? Oh, poor Zhongli. She's just completely terrified. HuTao teleporting around her. Big crowd just clapping.
The only heir of the famous One Mean restaurant.
Oh
A
god.
good old friend of mine. There's no better choice.
Objection. Why is there so
Why
many
does Paimon
poses?
feel like we're back at square one again?
Yeah.
Please stop! You're making me embarrassed.
That's the goal.
If
I'm
we're
sorry
looking
to
for a
tell you.
distinguished guest, surely the second son of the Feiyun Commerce Guild counts. It's one of the largest commerce guilds in Liyue Harbor.
Oh god. So what I'm getting from this is we're not gonna light the incense burners.
Huh? Don't get
Not
me
getting
involved
anywhere.
in this.
Oh, not a bad choice. With the Commerce Guild's young master lighting the incense, we're all sure to make a huge sum of mora in the new year.
That's not how it works. Making a fortune is indeed a fine wish, but it's of lesser importance than good health and happiness.
That is true.
Which means we should choose Chongyun, the skilled exorcist who keeps everyone's home safe from evil spirits.
Huh? Now you're nominating me? I can't be the one when we have the Conqueror of Demons right here.
Yeah.
Adeptus Xiao has the most seniority among everyone here today. We should...
I refuse.
Well, to be honest, at least that's like a clear answer.
I am most certainly not the most distinguished guest here.
Oh well, I guess that's... No, yeah. For him it's probably like Zhongli or Ex Lapis. It makes sense. But what is he gonna say?
You should all be able to make the right judgment based on your observations. One person here is well acquainted with everyone else.
Ah, and he's turning it on us, I feel. Oh no. Oh no.
Oh, that's right. Even though you're always mocking Paimon, you're still pretty popular with other people.
No, I'm still not talking to you.
No, wait! Paimon said she wouldn't talk to you again.
Yep, me neither. Anyways, what was the whispering here? Well, I'm not the only well-connected person here, you know?
Huh? Who else is there?
Is Paimon really that well-connected? Well, I guess take a look in the mirror.
Huh? Huh?
Well, maybe she will be a bit more manageable, I guess that's the right word here, if we let her light a thing.
Does that mean Paimon's the most distinguished guest? Oh, well, that was unexpected!
I agree.
Why do we have to give it to her?
Paimon's just the one we need. Without a friend constantly by your side, a long journey would become dreadfully lonesome. But once you have someone there to brighten up the atmosphere, everything along the way will become lively and vibrant too.
Yeah, Paimon's brain is... I believe if you want to construct it, it would be super easy. Just has like a few segments and jumps between them. Like maybe 4 or 5 brain cells that just like switch which one is working.
Ah. The traveler has traversed many nations and left behind a great deal of fascinating stories. But without Paimon, they would have become quite monotonous.
Well, they would have certainly been monologues, that's for sure.
Paimon plays an indispensable role in making your journey a happy and smooth one.
You guys,
Oh.
Paimon's not used to being praised like that. Those were genuine compliments, right?
Well, they are for sure right. Just don't be as bratty as you were like 5 minutes ago. But yes, you're the best traveling companion after all.
Thank you. You made Paimon wait for a long time, but Paimon's not mad anymore.
Don't take everything to heart, Paimon. Friends tease each other all the time.
I wasn't teasing her.
That is indeed true.
That means Paimon is as important to the traveler as Guoba is to me.
Looks like we've come to an agreement. Any objections before we proceed?
I trust the traveler's judgment.
Then Paimon it is. And now, the world's most excellent traveler's greatest companion, guide, and friend, Paimon, will be refilling and lighting the incense for us.
I'm not sure if is it like a normal thing to clap for something like this. I feel like that's not something you would do.
Here you go. Take the match, and don't burn yourself.
Yeah, I was about to say,
But
please.
if things go really wrong, here's the 2-for-1 coupon.
Paimon clumsily lights the incense. Aw. We'll have a relaxed heart-to-heart chat all the way until nightfall. Now that everyone's had their delicious fill of food and tea, it's time to say goodbye. Aw. No, I don't want a 2-for-1
It's
coupon.
getting late. I won't take up any more of your time. You're all free to go as you please.
Well, thank you very much, Director HuTao. It was really great having a little meeting.
Yep, the tea was amazing too.
You don't have to go all polite on me. Just remember to come when I invite you next time.
Oh, I certainly will not decline that one.
Let's see. It's dark out, so I'm going to accompany Xiangling, Xingqiu, and Changyun back home. As for the rest of the guests, I'll leave them to our consultant.
No need. I'm headed towards the harbor to meet a friend on the ship. There's no need to trouble one such as Mr. Zhongli.
I'm guessing Kazuha, huh? Or, I mean, he met Beidou too, right? But probably Kazuha.
I think you know the place I'm talking about. Come meet me anytime.
Well, I will be there.
It was great getting to know you all. Let's meet again when the spring breeze begins to blow.
Bye! Oh, we should write poetry together sometime.
They're gonna make a poetry slam, I can see it.
We'll
Okay,
catch
Archon
you all
number
later
1
then.
leaves.
Don't forget to return to the parlor later. There's something I need you to do.
Okay, I'll be checking
Understood.
in. Oh, you're
See you
talking to him.
later.
Okay, perfect. Bye.
Well then,
Yeah.
Rex Lapis.
just Zhongli will do.
That guard be like, Conqueror of Demons, just call Zhongli Rex Lapis. I'm just gonna ignore that one.
I live as a mortal in Liu Harbor now. I am just one among many who begin work at sunrise and retire to rest at sundown. If we were to consider status and seniority as Zhongli, I should be respectfully referring to you as Adeptus Xiao.
Heaven forbid.
Well, I mean, he's right, but maybe let's stop teasing him for now.
I meant what I said.
I know.
I heard that during the Lantern Rite music festival, you conferred with Streetward Rambler and Cloud Retainer. I take it as you've gained a lot more knowledge about the past?
Yeah, I think so.
The same truth will sound different coming from different people. As more bear witness to a story, feelings and interpretations expand in variety too. I once had a pleasant chat about the past and present with a Sumeru scholar named Soraya, and learned a few things about her research topic.
Soraya. I have heard that name before, right? It's a Sumerian Wangshu in. Oh, okay.
From the evidence she found and the conclusion she made, her area of research is already very close to the truth. But there are multiple sides to humans and gods alike. In the legends recorded by humans, some gods were depicted as arrogant and condescending, while others were kind and capable. But whether to me, Streetward Rambler, Cloud Retainer, or younger adepti such as Xiao and Ganyu, those adepti and gods that may seem extraordinary to humans are something more akin to close companions. This was as true back then as it is right now. Just how Xiao may seem unapproachable to most, but the Traveler has proved otherwise. So there's no need to dwell too much on certain things.
I mean, Zhongli, what you're saying is...
It looks like you understood what I meant. The director asked me to accompany you on your return, but I don't think you'll need my protection. I'll be taking a walk around and admiring the night scenery. After that, it'll be time for me to go back and meet up with the director. Goodbye for now.
And there he goes. Bye-bye.
Everyone's gone now. Paimon always feels a little empty inside when a lively celebration ends. But at least you always stay by Paimon's side.
Funny how you say that, like, after we just had a big discussion about me leaving you, but alright.
No. Paimon got it mixed up. Paimon, the best and most distinguished travel guide, will always stay by your side, traveler.
Well, if you're the most distinguished travel guide, then I'm sorry, but there will be a lot of work for you in the future.
Good that you were aware of that.
Huh.
Xiao, is there anything else you want to do? We could take you on a tour of Liyue Harbor.
No need. I've stayed here for much longer than I had expected. The city lights are a fine sight, but it's time for me to leave. The events of today occurred so abruptly. I appreciate your kindness.
Well, you don't have to say thank you every time, but feeling's mutual.
Okay.
And also thanks for coming. I mean, would have been cool if you stayed, but no. One step after another.
I'll see you next time then.
Yeah. Oh. Gone. Oh, it was so cute. Even though, honestly, at a point in between, I really was thinking HuTao is onto something and she's just trying to get answers out of them. Which might as well be true. But she didn't push that much. But I want to find like the rest of the gang here somewhere. Fair warning, she has a very sus dialogue. Oh yes. That's all I'm looking for. I need my ship. What are you two up to? Huh?
Hey, don't tell me you called me over for just a game of chess.
You have to be more specific, Captain Beidou. Is it that you find playing chess an uninteresting activity, or that you're unhappy about my lack of novel ideas? If you don't specify what you mean, how could I know what I should do to please you?
Of course. I make a single remark and you reply with a full-blown lecture.
Oh yeah, that's the one.
Maybe we should deal with all official affairs publicly in the future. It might just make things easier.
I'd be perfectly happy with that. I'm just worried that Captain Beidou's business might be negatively affected.
Don't give me that. That woman from Yansheng Tea House sometimes comes aboard to ask for information. She requested the fleet to import some goods, but how could I not know who she's actually working for?
Oh, you sure know a lot, Captain Beidou. How about I ask her to come over? Or maybe we go straight to her tea house. With one more person around, we'll be able to have some variety in our chess games. I hope that would be less of a bore to you.
So, we're still gonna play chess after all.
I have a small feeling that we have a little bit of a metaphor here. I just can't put the pieces together. I gotta say, just confirm it. Oh god, I just, like for real, just confirm it at this point. Actually, I'm not 100% sure. But it could be that their first chess game was already like, maybe not that chessy after all. I mean, maybe it involved some sort of strategy, but you never know.
The vegetables are fresh, and there are enough wheats and grains stocked up. I'll pass on the seafood. Oh, it's you. We meet again.
Oh wow, you're the first one to actually acknowledge us. Kind of flattered right now.
Surprised to see me here? It's the director's orders. Zhongli worked all day and night at the restaurant during the festival and didn't get to have any time to enjoy the festivities. The director sent me here to help out in the kitchen so that Zhongli will have some time to herself.
The god of Geo and the god of the stove just casually working in the kitchen.
But with someone as hardworking as you around, there seems to be nothing much for me to do. It feels good
Forgot
seeing
how he
my old
sounded.
friend in the kitchen, fetching ingredients and lighting fires. Perhaps I should borrow Cloud Retainer's Supreme Cuisine machine to speed things up.
Bleh.
You'd still prefer to make them by hand. But of course.
Are you going like on a trip or why are you all here at the harbor?
Xingqiu, you have to be honest.
Hmm? Honest about what?
How did you and Venti really meet?
Why are you suddenly asking that?
Aren't they book buddies?
Yeah, we met a few times at a book convention. That's all.
Why is everyone such a bad liar?
Oh, really? With that extraordinary demeanor and literary talent, he's definitely not just any bard. If he's someone that could hold his ground in a conversation with a consultant, he needs to at least be as talented as me.
Perhaps you're overthinking this matter.
HuTao, Xingqiu wouldn't lie to us.
No, never. He wouldn't dare do that.
Okay, I'll tell you the truth.
Huh?
Xingqiu!
I'm actually a fan of Venti's poetry. You all know that I love reading, and sometimes come across poetry from Mondstadt. Among those works, I admire the ones penned by Venti the most. Just as HuTao said, his artistry is the reflection of his personality, remarkable grace and exceptional literary talent. I guess Venti didn't tell you the whole truth back at the restaurant, because he didn't want to embarrass me in front of everyone. He's such a considerate person.
Yes, right. I can confirm that.
You know, he actually managed to put on a good lie this time and Zhongyun just...
When Xingqiu was busy with other things, he asked me to buy him poetry books in secret.
I see. That didn't sound like too much of a big deal. You could have told us right away.
Well, I'm telling you now, aren't I?
Oh, so that's your story. Forget it. Let's drop this topic. It's not often that the four of us are all together. What should we do next? Hide and seek, hopscotch, or some shopping?
She spends her free time with interesting things.
Since there's 4 of us, why don't we borrow a mahjong set?
Alright. Well, I think HuTao is still onto something. I don't know. She's just giving me that vibe. You just feel like, hey, they know something, and they're very suspicious of everything, but they can't put like the dots together yet.